Howdy everybody.
Hello. So welcome to this video, which is the first video of a new series that will be on my channel.
So to give you the backstory, we were not planning on releasing this footage or, sharing this part of our lives with all of you just yet. Our plan was to wait until it was all done, till we were pregnant, till it was completely over, and then share this in little episodes, here and there.
But recently, we were officially diagnosed with infertility, and that's been in the back of our minds for the past 3 years, ever since we've been married. I just kind of had a feeling, due to things that you guys will find out and hear about in the upcoming episodes. So we kind of expected it. I guess we were just a little bit more hopeful this year because we officially started trying, officially started trying in January, and it's not been going well. And we were more hopeful that some plans that my doctor had would work, and they didn't, and that's okay. And so now we are going to an infertility specialist soon. And we decided that we wanted to go ahead and share our journey now because this is a big deal, and it's something that's not talked about very often, and I wish it was talked about more. 1 in 8 couples struggle with infertility, and it is not something to take lightly. It is something that is really hard and difficult, especially for someone and couples in general who dream of having a family. And so I believe that we can help someone by sharing our story. And we are not looking for sympathy or empathy from sharing this video. This is something truly to help somebody else, and maybe to help us in turn too, depending on who this reaches. And I know, and I think Alex knows too, that this is definitely something that God is calling us to do. And, Alex and I preach all the time, and we talk all the time about being authentic and transparent and what that looks like. And I firmly believe that we are supposed to share our story. And in doing so, I can't wait to see what happens. So we are not going to share things up to date. We're
not going to share things in real time.
Yeah, because who knows? I have no idea what this journey is going to look like from, this point forward. And so there very well could be things that come up that we don't want to share. We don't
want to feel compelled to share aspects that, we may not know beforehand that we don't want to share it. And then it happens and we're like, ooh,
yeah,
we maybe want to keep that portion private.
Right.
But so we're not going to share in real time, but we'll keep you as up to date as possible. A few other reasons why we're deciding to share this now is, frankly, this may take us a while. Mm-hmm. This may take years, and so we didn't want to wait that entire time to start sharing this for the reasons that Haley's already stated. If there is anybody else out there struggling with this, or that will struggle with this, that views these videos, we want this to help them. This may be cathartic for us. Mm-hmm. To be able to just get things off of our chest, a form of therapy for us going through this hard time. Mm-hmm. So those are just some more reasons why we're deciding to share this now and not waiting until the very end. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah. And truly with God, this journey has been easier than it very well could be. And we are just heavily relying on Him right now to give us more hope than disappointment, and more hope and peace than sadness. And I will forever give all the glory to God for whatever happens, and for the emotions that we've been blessed with throughout difficult times, infertility being one of them. And so I hope that you can see God's glory, and that you can you can accept him in your heart, and so that you can experience that glory and that goodness throughout anything that you go through in life. And fertility, I mean, they're hard things in general. Life is hard. And without him, I don't think we would be as chipper as we are, because we've definitely been sad, don't get me wrong, but and we're gonna be sad, but I feel really hopeful and I feel excited more than anything. So you will definitely see some very vulnerable parts of me in these videos. And I share it all. And speaking of sharing it all, there is definitely going to be some TMI in these videos. This is a trying to conceive series. I don't talk about like really inappropriate things, but I do talk about like symptoms of ovulation and what that looks like for me. I mean, I have watched these videos for years on YouTube, and I've watched a lot of people who give a lot of TMI, and that has really helped to educate me. And I hope that by me giving some details that can help educate you. And so if you're not about that, sorry, but it's in here, and that is how the videos go. I want you to know that if you are going through infertility, you are in our hearts. We are with you, and you've got this. And God's plan is so much greater than ours and than yours. And I don't want my plan. I want God's plan, because ultimately his is so much better than mine, and his is the way, and he is the only way. And I find my peace in that often, and I hope that you can find your peace in that too. So we love you very much, and we're really excited to share this journey with you.
We love you guys, and just stay tuned for the rest of this journey and follow along on this journey with us.
This is very important.
This is very important.
You have some on your nose.
Tickle me.
So whether this is for other people or if it's for us, this is exciting.
Yeah.
To have like footage.
So it is January 13th of 2019. We are very seriously wanting to have children within the very most couple years, at the very most. And so we recently found out some news that I'm going to let Haley share.
Yeah, so recently I found out that I have PCOS, and according to my scans and according to my doctor, I have it pretty good compared to a lot of women, and I would have to agree with that. I've actually got a girlfriend that has PCOS, and it's hard, and I've seen other women that have it, and it's hard, and I haven't had to go through a lot of those struggles.
Some people that have it quite a bit worse than Haley does.
Yeah.
You know, they have a lot more of the symptoms, a lot worse of the symptoms, and it has really taken a toll on their bodies. And I mean, frankly, in Haley's case, while it's no fun to have PCOS in any regard, she actually has it pretty good in comparison.
I do. I'm grateful.
Her doctor actually used the term that she is flirting with PCOS, which means she has it, but she is...
It's not advanced.
Yeah.
So, here's the deal. Well, okay, so what he said is that, he said, he asked us, do you want to have kids or do you not want to have kids? And of course we said that we want to have kids. Like, that's a no-brainer. And so he said, okay, then what we're going to do, because he could put me on birth control to kind of help the symptoms and the cysts and things like that. Oh, and PCOS, for anyone who doesn't know what that is polycystic ovarian syndrome.
It basically means that she has cysts on her ovaries.
Yeah.
And
there
quite a few
are
of them.
Yeah, I've got quite a few. And there are a lot of other things that come with PCOS, but just to keep it short and simple, I have cysts on my ovaries. And so he could put me on birth control to help the symptoms. But we want to have kids. So he said what we need to do is buy ovulation tests and even just see if I'm even ovulating, because we have no idea if I'm ovulating or not, because my cycles are regular, but not, so like they're regular for me. For example, I know that the typical cycle is like 28 days long, like 28 to 32 days long or something like that. My cycles, I think that what they consider an irregular cycle would be like, you have your period 1 week, and then 2 weeks later you have another period, and then 3 months later you have your next period and things like that. Mine are nothing like that, but my cycles usually range anywhere from 32 to 50 days. So I don't know if I'm ovulating, I don't know when. So he wants to see if I'm ovulating in general. So he said I need to purchase ovulation kits, and then if I find that I'm not ovulating, then he wants to put me on Clomid to try to get me to start ovulating.
Another note that is a really big symptom of PCOS is that it stops you from even ovulating. Like those cysts mess with your hormones and mess with a lot of things that keep you from ovulating.
Actually, when I got the news that I had symptoms of PCOS, I bawled my eyes out. Alex was with me on the couch, and then I called my mom. And when I got the phone call, like, I didn't start crying. I was just like in shock, like Alex and I were both in shock. And my first instinct was to call my mom. And as soon as I told my mom, I started bawling my eyes out, because the infertility rate with PCOS is actually really high. So I was terrified. I didn't know how bad I had it. I didn't know anything. I hadn't seen a gynecologist yet. All I knew is that my ultrasound results had come back the day of, right?
Well, yeah. So
that's another thing that was really wild. Like, it freaked me out.
With military medicine in particular, if, like, you never know when or even if they're going to call you with your results. We got a letter in the mail that she had a positive blood test or something like that 2 years after she actually had the test.
Yeah.
So with military medicine,
you just don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
It can be great, but it can also not be great.
Yeah. And so we were absolutely in shock whenever the very same day that she had her ultrasound, she got a call from her doctor saying that she has quite a few cysts on her ovaries. And
she said, the nurse was the one that called me, and she basically said, your doctor wants to diagnose you with PCOS, but your blood results are not matching up to that. So in my gut, I was like, oh my gosh, I have PCOS. Like, I just knew it. So I called my mom and I freaked out and I started crying, because like, when I hear PCOS, I think infertility. That could be false, or that could be inaccurate. I mean, I don't know how to put that, but like, that's what my mind did. Anyways, but thank goodness mine is not advanced. So the whole reason we are sitting down to film this right now is because we have officially started the first step of this exciting process.
Yeah.
So, in this bag from Amazon, look, there are babies.
Holy cow.
Well, here's the thing. He wanted me to track he said preferably he wanted me to track my ovulation for a year, but he said that ovulation kits can be expensive, so to just track every other month or every couple of months, whatever. So I got 4 boxes.
We'll see if they last all year.
And this is what they look like. It's a cute little baby on the front.
course, if we catch her actually ovulating, we will be sure to get that filmed and on video.
Not of me actually peeing on the stick.
No,
I would
no,
like
no.
for people to know that. Well, on the strip. That's not gonna... No.
You're not going to see anything gross, but
No.
we'll show you the results and of the whole situation. So
That's it.
that's what we're going to do, and that's the update for right now, and we'll just keep you updated.
I cannot believe we're filming this.
We've been talking about this for quite a while.
So long. We could get pregnant in 2 months if we wanted to.
If she's ovulating and if we wanted to,
We potentially, if everything matches up and if it's in God's will.
we could get pregnant in 2 months and it wouldn't be a terrible thing. You know, it wouldn't be like
It would never be a terrible thing. Here's the deal.
That was the wrong word.
Yeah. We have a cruise coming up in June. And I cannot be in my 3rd trimester on the cruise. And I also can't have a
Younger than 6-month-old.
younger than 6-month-old baby on the cruise. And so we've been waiting to seriously discuss this and we've been seriously discussing this for a long time. We've been waiting to make that for sure choice. Like, when are we going to start? Until I wouldn't be in my 3rd trimester on the cruise. Did I word that right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now is that time. I could probably get pregnant in February, but just to be super safe, I'd want to wait till March.
Yeah.
Anyways, this video is going to be really long as is, and I might divide this up into multiple different videos depending on what kind of footage I get. I have no idea how this process is going to go.
I mean, honestly, since we're going to be compiling all of this at the very end of the journey,
Yeah.
um,
And if
we have no idea if it's going to be a 2-year process, a 10-year process, or a 6-month process. We have no idea. So this very well may be like a 10-minute video, or it could be
what's already 11 minutes in?
it could be a 20-minute video, or it could be a 10-segment, video. We're not really sure. We'll just see how this thing goes.
All right.
We will keep you updated as things progress.
And if you see this, I might be past my 1st trimester of my pregnancy.
Yeah.
Or you might be seeing this because I just felt like sharing it with you. I don't know.
We'll see how things go.